Good afternoon, children. We will continue with the story of Sherlock Holmes and Adventure of the Speckled Band from where we left off from page number 110 in your textbooks. Page number 110. So let us start. A dreadful sight met our eyes when we entered the room. Dreadful means horrible sight, terrible sight. Which room did they enter? Dr. Roylott's room. A lighted lamp stood on the table. So he had lit a lamp. They had seen the light from the lamp from the other room. So he had lit a lamp which was still standing on the table. The iron safe was open. So the iron safe which Sherlock Holmes had seen when he had examined or inspected all the rooms. So iron safe was lying open now. Dr. Roylott sat on a chair. His eyes were wide open. A peculiar yellow band was wound round his head. Peculiar means strange. Yellow band was wound means wrapped. W-R-A-P-P-E-D. Was wrapped round his head. He had a peculiar, strange looking yellow band. So here comes the word band, which is our speckled band, the title of the story. It had brownish speckles on it. Now, speckles are either spots of a different color or patches of a different color. So these, the body of the band was yellow and it had small brownish spots on its body. The band, the speckled band, exclaimed Holmes. So Holmes was very excited. As soon as he saw the speckled band, he was very excited. He was very excited as soon as he saw that speckled band around Dr. Roylott's head. I stepped forward and saw the band move. So when I means Dr. Watson, he is the narrator. So Dr. Watson stepped closer to Dr. Roylott and he saw that the band was moving. A flat diamond-shaped head rose slowly. So the shape of the head of the band was like a diamond, and it raised its head slowly. It was a snake. It is the swamp adder. So swamp adder was the name of the snake. It is a very, very poisonous snake found in India. Said Holmes, the deadliest snake in India. The deadliest means the most poisonous. If it bites someone, the person dies instantly, immediately dies. Dr. Roylott is dead. He must have died instantly. Instantly means immediately. We must kill it and then inform the police. So Dr. Sherlock Holmes discovered, he knew the kind of snake it was. He said that it is the swamp adder. It is found in India. And Dr. Roylott is dead because this snake is very deadly. A person is killed instantly. Let us kill this snake before informing the police about Dr. Roylott's death. Holmes struck the snake with the stick. So he had a stick in his hand. Sherlock Holmes had already got a stick and he hit the snake with that stick. He broke its back, tossed it into the safe and closed it. So he hit the snake with his stick and it broke its spinal cord. It broke its back. Tossed it means threw it. He then threw it with the help of the stick into the iron safe and closed the door of the safe. We took Miss Stoner to her aunt's house. So Helen Stoner was shocked. She was indeed shocked with this incident, with her father's death also, with all the plotting and planning that was discovered. And she was also must have received an emotional shock that her stepfather wanted to kill her. So Dr. Watson and Sherlock Holmes took her to her aunt's house. On our way back home, Holmes told me the little I did not know of the case. So While they were going back home, Sherlock Holmes told him all the small details, minute details of the case, which till now Watson was unaware of. Watson did not know how Holmes had solved the case, how Holmes had reached this conclusion. The word band misled me at first. So now Holmes is telling Watson that first in the beginning, I was misled. I could not understand what the word band meant. But when I saw the ventilator and the fixed bed, I realized that something passed through the hole and came to the bed. But when he had looked at the first time he had looked at the bed which was fixed to the ground, and he looked at the ventilator and the whip cord hanging from it, he was suspicious from the beginning. He thought that something was wrong. He had realized at that very moment that something is very wrong going on, something very wrong is going on here. The sight of the safe, the saucer of milk, and the loop of whipcord were enough to finally dispel any doubts which may have remained, and I thought at once of a snake. So what are the things which removed Sherlock Holmes, any doubts which were there remaining in Sherlock Holmes' mind about what the creature was who lived in that iron safe? Was first, underline or write in points. The first thing which raised his suspicion was the fixed bed. Where fixed bed is written, please write down number 1, fixed bed. Okay, no, sorry, ventilator will be the first one. Ventilator 1, fixed bed 2, sight of the safe, the iron safe 3, saucer of milk 4, loop of whipcord 5. So these are the 5 things. These are the 5 keywords which you have to mention. What were the 5 things which helped remove any doubts that Sherlock Holmes had in his mind about the creature that used to come into that room? So this helped him understand that this creature which used the whipcord, used the ventilator to come into the other room was actually a snake. The metallic clang heard by Miss Stoner was obviously caused by her stepfather hastily closing the door of his safe upon its terrible occupant. So underline, hastily means hurriedly, in a hurry, hurriedly. Clang means the sound of the metal, sound made by the metal when it bangs against something. So the metallic clang, the metallic sound which Miss Stoner, both Julia and Helen had heard, were made because of the hurry in which Dr. Roylott used to shut the door of the iron safe as soon as the snake had entered it again, re-entered it. So when the snake used to come back from that room, and as soon as he used to go back into his iron safe, the Dr. Roylott used to close the iron safe loudly, hurriedly. So that was the sound both of them had heard. Terrible occupant. Terrible means horrible. Occupant refers to the snake here, the swamp adder. He whistled, then he wanted to call the snake out. He whistled when he wanted to call the snake out means he had trained the snake. So whenever he whistled, the low whistling sound which both the girls had heard at night, the low whistling sound was made by Dr. Roylott, and he had trained the snake. Whenever he made that whistling sound, the snake would come out of his iron safe. He had trained it by offering it milk. By giving it milk, by feeding it, he had trained that snake. He sent it through the ventilator, knowing it would climb down the whipcord and land on the bed. So he knew that as soon as the snake would come out, he had trained it in such a way that as soon as the snake would come out, it would climb through the ventilator, and by means of the whipcord, by using the whipcord, it would land straight on the bed below. He knew that while it was possible that the girl might escape every night for a week, one day it would bite her. So he knew his plan was that one day, although the girl may escape, may somehow find out, may somehow be not sleeping properly and may discover that low whistling sound or something. For a week, maybe she could escape, but one day the snake would definitely be able to bite her. So this was his plan. Every night he would try, whistle, make the snake come out and let him go into the other room and try to kill Helen also by uh, with the help of the snake. Okay, this was his plan, that he had thought that one day he would be definitely be able to bite Helen Stoner, if not for 1 week, but definitely one of these days she would be bitten by the snake and die. As the swamp adder is found mostly in India, therefore its poison would be unknown to a British coroner and undetectable by his method. So why had he chosen the swamp adder? This is the question here. Why had Dr. Roylott chosen the swamp adder? Very important, because he knew that this snake was found only in India, and the people in London knew nothing about its poison, the kind of poison this snake has. They had not, they did not have this kind of snake in London, so they did not know about this kind of poison. So a British coroner or a British officer who was in charge of the inquiry of Julia Stoner's death naturally did not understand how she was killed. It was just a mysterious death. They had declared that Julia had died out of shock. Okay, Julia had died out of shock or fear. Such kind of a poison would not be undetectable, means unnoticed, undiscovered. The poison would go undiscovered when forensic tests are done on the body. They would not know that the body had poison because such kind of snakes were not found in London. Hence, Dr. Roylott also knew no one will ever find out. So he knew that no one would ever find out how he had managed to kill the two girls. So this was his plot. This was his plan. He had thought of it very well. He was a doctor. He was intelligent. He had thought about the entire plan. He had prepared for days. He had got hold. See, he had friends who were giving him cheetahs and baboons. So naturally, it was easy for him to get that swamp adder from India. And he had kept it in the iron safe in his room, and he had trained it by giving it milk. And every day when he used to take out a whistling sound, he had managed to kill Julia. But when he had tried to kill Helen the very first day, Helen was suspicious and she went to Sherlock Holmes, and that is how Helen's life was saved. Otherwise, he would have managed to kill her also. However, when the snake came down towards the bed, now Sherlock Holmes is talking about this particular night. However, on the night when Sherlock Holmes was waiting for something to happen, for something to come through that ventilator, when he and Watson were waiting in the room, in Julia Stoner's room. However, when the snake came down towards the bed, I heard it hiss and I attacked it at once. So, because Sherlock Holmes had already guessed that it was a snake that used to come down from the ventilator, he had already concluded that, he had made up his mind that it was a snake by looking at the 5 things I mentioned before. So he was waiting for the snake, he was alert, and therefore as soon as the snake came down towards the bed, he heard its hissing sound and he immediately attacked it with that stick. Okay. When it was hurt, it went back through the ventilator and attacked the first person it saw. That person happened to be Dr. Grimsby Roylott. This then was the case of the speckled band. So what happened when the snake was hurt? It was angry. The snake was angry because it had been hurt by the stick. And when the snake went down the same path from the ventilator into Dr. Roylott's room, Dr. Roylott was sitting on that chair waiting for the snake to come back and to close the door on the snake. But the snake, because it was hit so badly, it wanted to take revenge and it attacked the first person it saw, which was Dr. Roylott, and therefore his plan backfired on him and Dr. Roylott was killed, himself killed by the snake which it had trained to kill the girls. He was himself killed by the snake because his plan backfired on him. because the animal does not recognize the people. When it is angry, it bit the first person it saw, and that person happened to be Dr. Roylott. This then was the case of the speckled band. This was the case of the speckled band, and at the end of the story, we come to know that this speckled band referred to the snake, the swamp adder, which is found in India. It is an extremely poisonous snake with stripes or bands or patches of brownish color, and its body was yellow. Okay, so this was the story of, or the mystery of the speckled band, which Sherlock Holmes solved. One of the mysteries, one of his great detective works was this. So this story has been narrated by Dr. Watson, and each of the things, each of the suspicions, each of the clues which he got, these are very important. How he discovered each clue, how he was very observant, and the characteristics of Sherlock Holmes you will find in the first paragraph on page 104. In the green portion itself, you will find the keywords I had already asked you to mark: fictional private detective, consulting detective, proficient in observation, forensic science, logical reasoning. Okay, so these are the keywords to describe Sherlock Holmes. Okay, so I had told you that the Helen Stoner's description is important. How she looked like, what she looked like when she met Holmes. Then about the reasons why the first daughter was killed, about the will of the mother, why was it important, all these points. Okay, and what all did he see in Helen Stoner's, Julia Stoner's room? What were the things when Sherlock Holmes went to examine Julia Stoner's room? What were the things which he noticed? What warning did he give to Watson? What were the instructions he gave to Helen Stoner? Okay, what all did he see in Dr. Roylott's room when he came to inspect it? These are the important questions which can be asked from this chapter. So I hope you have enjoyed as well as understood the chapter very well. And if you have any questions, we will take it up now. Thank you so much.